Good, happy Thursday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, Goffstown firefighter recovering after motorcycle accident. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Kristen Carosa.
We really like each other, and we trust each other, and I think when your lawyers like each other, trust each other, are willing to work really hard together, they're...
A lone attacker yelling before and during the stabbing. Continued to...
Okay, sorry about that, everyone. We have the wrong video for you on the wrong report. Sorry about that. Little technical difficulties there. A Goffstown firefighter is recovering in a Boston hospital after a motorcycle accident over the weekend. Matt Bouchard suffered head trauma in the accident. Since the crash, Bouchard's family has been with him at the hospital, but back in Goffstown, his fellow firefighters are working to support him. Bouchard crashed his motorcycle Saturday night on Tibbetts Hill Road. Bouchard was taken to Catholic Medical Center, then transferred to Massachusetts General Hospital. He is stable but remains in critical condition. O'Brien said the department created a GoFundMe page to help the family with medical expenses as well as a meal train to make sure the family is taken care of. To show their support for Bouchard, his name has been put on their fire trucks. Dohue said Bouchard had been on the department for 10 years and is someone who goes out of his way to help people. And there you go on that report. House approves revised recreational marijuana law. Let's take a listen to this video from WCVB Boston.
Being a part of your community means much more than providing you with a place to bank. We offer a wide range of products with some of the most competitive rates of any bank on the North Shore. Call or visit us online at institutionforsavings.com.
Well, Ed, House lawmakers that were here all day tonight, they voted to make pretty big changes to the state's marijuana law. Those changes include a tax of 28%. That is more than double the rate voters approved in November. Also included in this bill, a provision to allow local officials, not voters, to prevent pot shops from opening. So these are significant changes, but the bill's author says the changes do not compromise the will of the voters.
I have not been, nor will I ever be convinced that they read 24 pages of 10-point font and then and only then agreed to vote yes on the ballot question.
I think the voters should be insulted. They passed a historic measure in November. What the House did tonight, they repealed and they replaced. They replaced that historic vote, and they replaced it with a system that's not going to work.
So again, tonight, this vote was taken in the House. It was 126 to 28. The Senate will debate its version tomorrow, but sweeping changes like this are not expected. We're live at the State House tonight. John Atwater, WCVB News Center 5.
Tonight. Okay, and there you go on that report. That was John Atwater from WCVB reporting for that story. Thank you, John Atwater. One killed in Ardell crash. One person was killed in a single crash in Alldale Wednesday night, officials said. The crash was reported around 9 p.m. on Cincinnati Road. The road was closed for several hours after the crash. It was reopened around 1 a.m. today. Police have not provided any details about the victim. We will keep you updated as we get more information into our newsroom. Take a look at what the GOP Senate Health bill might look like for now. Republican Senate leaders are set to release details of their sweeping health care bill Thursday morning, but 3 new reports out Wednesday revealed details expected to be in the consecutive legislation. Two Cosby holdouts prevented guilty verdicts, jurors say. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Skin. Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. The first water gel foundation with hyaluronic acid. It plumps, quenches, delivers a natural, flawless look. This is what makeup's been missing. Neutrogena.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on this busy Saturday. I'm Cecilia Vega in for Tom Llamas. We begin tonight with that breaking news in the Bill Cosby sexual assault case. A hung jury, the judge declaring a mistrial after jurors made it clear they could not overcome their deadlock. No verdict on whether the man once known as America's dad drugged and molested Andrea Constand. But now from the DA, a promise to retry this case and soon. ABC's Lindsay Davis has been covering this story from the very beginning, and she starts us off tonight from that Pennsylvania courthouse.
Legendary comedian Bill Cosby walked out of court raising a triumphant hand, a free man for now. The man once known as America's dad, greeted by scorn and support, some chanting, "Free Bill." After more than 50 hours of deliberations, the jury of 12 hopelessly deadlocked. 7 men and 5 women, including 2 African Americans, unable to come to a unanimous decision. Cosby leaned back in his chair and closed his eyes. What was Mr. Cosby's reaction?
Relief. 52 hours of having 12 perfect strangers deliberate on your fate has to be a strain the likes of which I can't even imagine.
A Cosby representative read this scathing statement from Cosby's wife, Camille.
How do I describe the judge? Overtly arrogant and collaborating with the district attorney. How do I describe the counsels for the accusers? Totally unethical.
The district attorney immediately announcing plans to retry Cosby.
Our plan is to move this case forward as soon as possible.
There are a lot of cases where you get a mistrial and the next time around, prosecutors are able to get a conviction.
The woman at the heart of this case, Andrea Constand, claimed Cosby drugged and sexually assaulted her in 2004. Cosby claims the sexual encounter with Constand was consensual. Constand's attorney released this statement, saying in part, "We are confident that these proceedings have given a voice to the many victims who felt powerless and silenced." For now, it's a brief reprieve for the 79-year-old who, by many accounts, had already been deemed guilty in the court of public opinion after more than 50 women came forward accusing him of drugging and/or sexual misconduct, accusations Cosby denies. While some have filed civil lawsuits, Constand's is the only option for a criminal prosecution. For the other accusers like Victoria Valentino, the statute of limitations has already run out.
What is your message for Bill Cosby?
You're not off the hook, buddy. And Lindsay joins us from outside the courthouse. Lindsay, we just heard the DA in your piece there vow to try this case again. Tonight, Bill Cosby remains out on bond, so how soon will he be back in court?
Yes, Cecilia, out on bond and still charged with 3 counts of felony sexual assault. As for the timeline, the judge said that he would expect that it would happen within the next 120 days. It would be the same judge again, Cecilia.
Okay, Lindsay, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday and see you back here later on today. Bye, everyone.